India are the ones who are facing their biggest test, because this is not just a shot at creating history. Yes, they have a chance to do that. If they win this test, they seal their first ever test series win in South Africa. But it also establishes this Indian team, on whom there were many question marks after that one-day series. They've proved their mettle. That'll be the answer to all their critics, home and away. But first up, let's go across to Sourav Ganguly. Sourav, if you were the skipper, you find yourself in a situation like that, what would your team talk have been? Sorry.
Well, at the present moment, I think it's a good toss to win, and they'll have to bat well. The first 2 hours will be important because there will be help on the surface. It's going to be a slow pitch early on, because there will be moisture underneath and there will be spongy bounce. There will be bounce on the surface because Durban has steep bounce. I think at times a bit more than the Wanderers. Wanderers has a bit more side movement, but this pitch has a lot more bounce. So there will be steep bounce early on, and the Indians will have to be very careful, especially cover driving, because it's going to be slow and spongy. Once they get through that period, then batting becomes easier, but there will be carry for the fast bowlers on this pitch. I'm surprised that South Africa has played Moni Morkel, because I wouldn't have risked a half-fit fast bowler in an important test match. But then that's how important Moni Morkel is to South African bowling, because Steyn has bowled a lot of overs in the last test match, and they're back again in Durban in that heat bowling in 3 days' time. So Graham Smith has to be very, very careful in looking after his fast bowlers. And I'm really keen to see Moni Morkel, how he runs up on this pitch. But for India, it's about the first 2 hours. They should make sure that they don't become 50 for 4 in the first session in Durban, because this pitch will have help for the fast bowlers in the first session.
All right, that's a fair point that Dada makes. And the owners then, Nikhil, is on the openers.
Well, without a doubt. And, people like Chiteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, who's done well in the overseas conditions, whatever limited opportunities that he's got. It's now time for Shikhar Dhawan and Murali Vijay to step up to the plate and say, we can go out there and get runs in overseas conditions as well. Because if you get a solid platform for that middle order to fire, there's plenty of talent in that middle order. But you need that solid platform right at the top.
Well, they certainly do. And Boria, if this team actually seals a series win, where does this put them in Indian sporting history or Indian cricketing history?
Oh, at the very top. I mean, you beat South Africa, and South Africa, the #1 test team in the world, with this bowling attack, which is, all accepted around the world, the best bowling attack in the world. It will rank as one of the best ever victories. You can compare it to 1971, when Indian cricket came of age in the West Indies and England. You can compare it with the 1986 Saurav's win, that 1-all that he did in Australia, winning against Pakistan, winning all of these wins, that Headingley test match. This will become one of the most important test wins of all time for sure. And because it will come in a series win, it will rank absolutely up there. But 5 days, Siddharth, 5 long days, 15 sessions, a win is far away. As Sourav said, win session by session. Win, as Nikhil said, the batsmen need to deliver from the openers down. A win is far away. Let's not get carried away, because this will be a test match that all of us are waiting to cherish. Wanderers has set it up beautifully. Let Durban finish it off, so that 2014 becomes a year when test cricket is resurrected as the pinnacle of the sport.